I don't believe that the trade-off here is privacy versus national security. I think that's an overly simplistic view. We're America. We should have both.
Apple CEO Tim Cook appearing on 60 Minutes from CBS News, and you heard him there. He's refusing to build software that would help law enforcement officials access information on iPhones. Now he's doubling down on that decision because, you see, the company is defying a judge's order to crack open a phone belonging to one of the San Bernardino killers. In a letter to customers, Cook said in part that while we believe the FBI's intentions are good, we fear that this demand would undermine the very freedoms and liberty our government is meant to protect. Lots to talk about, and to do so, let's welcome in our next two guests. First, from Paris, the City of Lights via Skype, cyberspace extremism expert and founder of the Digital Terrorism and Hate Project at the Simon Wiesenthal Center, Rabbi Abraham Cooper. And also with us, Skyping in from Waltham, Massachusetts, Bentley University professor and attorney Stephen J.J. Weisman. Stephen, first to you. Apple argues that creating a backdoor would also give bad guys access. But it seems to me there's a larger concern. Doesn't national security trump Apple's trade secrets?
Actually, I think it does, but I don't even think we have to go there. I think somewhat that Cook is overstating the issue. They are not asking, the FBI is not asking for a backdoor key to destroy encryption. What they are asking for is a software program to allow the FBI to get through into the phone of one of the San Bernardino shooters, that physical phone. Because right now there are two programs on there. One will erase information after 10 attempts at passwords, and a second requires that the password be entered from the phone screen. What the FBI is saying, help us get the software to be able to access this one phone in this one emergency. This is not something that is going to destroy the protection of privacies. And the slippery slope or cliff that he sees, I just don't see it as that bad a situation. I don't see this as something that is threatening the security of all. I think what the FBI is seeking is limited, and in these circumstances is reasonable.
Rabbi Cooper, to you, I appreciate a good story, but I'm just, well, I guess the judge's decision came down. But for Apple to come out very publicly and say, no, we're not going to get involved in this, I mean, isn't the company jeopardizing our national security, not helping after, the terrorists are dead, help us stay alive?
Let's get real here. First, for full disclosure, I live in Southern California. The information on that terrorist phone, mass murderers, could have information about other plots we know they were involved with. It may lead to maybe stopping other terrorism from taking place. I'm shocked by Apple's decision here. The government went the right route. They went before a judge. They got the limited decision. Whatever happened to being a good citizen and making yourself available, in this case, they could actually control the access for information that might save lives from a clear and present terrorist threat. You know, I'm over here in Europe dealing with European Union and French officials in wake of the attacks in Paris and elsewhere, and we're actually beginning to see the kind of cooperation from Twitter and other companies that it can make it more difficult for the terrorists.
Well, that's good to know that Twitter and others are getting involved, but Apple, and this is the thing, Stephen, Apple says it's going to fight the judge's order. I guess they're going to take this to court. How do you see this playing out, since you're our attorney here?
There already was a court decision using something called the Writs Act of 1789. And this is an old law, and I think in some of the coverage it's been emphasized, gee, this is an old law. Well, the old law requires that the government can order someone to do what's necessary to comply with a government order. And we already have a search warrant here. And in fact, this very law has been used against smartphone companies before to allow the government to access a phone. But I think think the rabbi hit on a really key element, that the government, the FBI, is being pretty limited in what they're asking for. They're not even saying, give us this technology. All they're asking for is that Apple develop this technology, which they should be able to do, to allow, in this one instance, with a legitimate court order, the FBI to access the data on this phone. It is not to break encryption. It is not even to give that software to the FBI. It is just to aid them in order to comply in the interest of national security with a legitimate warrant. And I understand what Cook is saying, but I think his concern is greatly overdone and inappropriate in this circumstance.
Yeah, Rabbi, 30 seconds to you, because here's the essence of the situation. The owner of the phone, the terrorist, is dead. Why doesn't Apple, since the court is at, just hand over the passcode or password for the phone instead of building a backdoor? Wouldn't that be the simple option?
I think they just have to give out the information to the authorities that are trying to keep us safe. It sounds to me that too many people in Apple are living in a bubble, and it's time for them to be grounded and do their jobs as fellow citizens. We all share the concerns about Big Brother, but we don't want Apple to be Big Brother either.
Fair point, and on that point we will have to leave it. Rabbi Abraham Cooper tonight from Paris, and Stephen J.J. Weisman from the campus of Bentley University in Waltham, Massachusetts. Gentlemen, we do appreciate your time. You heard what they had to say. National security, not even personal privacy, but technology unique to a company. Isn't there a way to get this done? Send me your comments, and to do so, send me those comments at newsmaxtv.com/comments. Coming back with Naomi Keyholer after this.